They said it couldn't be done. They said the engineering would be too difficult. They were wrong. Declan Mueller presents Trasformat Bumblebee. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. Trasformat was a concept developed by Caution Low Sign, where the Transformers would have a vehicle mode, a classic robot mode, and a Movieverse robot mode. Well, Movieverse or a line continuity or something modern. Sadly, due to the difficulty of manufacturing toys of this complexity, the project never came to fruition, and considering how it would make all of these masterpiece price point, it would never work. It never went past the concept stage, with only a few kit bashes and digibashes being created. However, then I took a look at it and I thought, I can't possibly let this project go unmade, I have to make this. I made Optimus Prime, however, that didn't really have the best photography. It works fine, and I have an LDD file and I'll link it in the description. However, it never really went that well, and I wanted to make more of these. So that's where this video comes in, where I go into more detail about how this works. As you can see here, we have Bumblebee, who's a car. Just a car, nothing really odd here. You can see it's a bunch of robot parts pressed together, held together with the two arm pieces here, and you've got the back part here. The modern Bumblebee chest at the back, and the classic Bumblebee chest on the top, and the feet here. The design of this car is actually based slightly on my earlier Creo design, because I kind of had to shoehorn in a vehicle mode on top of the two robot modes. It worked out well, but I took a bit of inspiration from a Creo project where I used only the basic Creo Bumblebee and turned it into a fully transforming figure. The transformation's fairly simple. First thing you want to do is unpeg the arms, like so. They're pegged in and they're what's holding the bottom section together, and that's when you can bring these arms up so that they can stay out of the way. You go around here, fold in the wheels, and this is when things start getting a bit crazy. You want to make sure these arms can be rotated, folded down, and make sure this part's up, and then you slowly ratchet this section up and over. Then you take this part here and fold it up back there, and this part needs to be fully up with these parts all the way out. Then you can fold the arms back like so, and the arms out like so. From here you want to end up doing the legs so that you can stand it up while you transform the rest of the arms. Fold in these back parts, twist around the waist. You take these legs and move them out. Twist the legs around. Fold out the heel spurs. Fold back the heel spurs. And fold and rotate around the feet. You can then stand Bumblebee up. He's all ready to go. You open up these side segments. You push this part of the torso back, and you fold in these side panels. These side panels will become the wings in the Movieverse mode. You then open up these panels, rotate it up at the shoulder, rotate it down at another point on the shoulder, and rotate the panels back. You then pretty much do the same on the other side. Open, down, and up, and back into place. Then to finish up, you're going to want to rotate these arms around, and then fold the hands out. Or rotate them, more likely. And here is the completed Trasformat Bumblebee in his G1 robot mode. I say G1, but what I really mean is a loosely based G1 figure. He's more of a classics figure than he is a masterpiece style with extreme accuracy. It's just to get the point across, such as the flat chest area and the horned helmet. As you can see in there, it's got a teeny tiny head, a Goomba head. As for articulation, he's packed with it. His waist has a swivel, a bend, and also sideward motion. His arms are on universal joints, as are his elbows. His legs move outwards, they bend, and they rotate. His knees also bend. Finally, his head does rotate, but I won't show you that because it's kind of pointless. As for the back section, I won't show you too much of it because it starts to give away how the Movieverse robot mode will look. In fact, I think I'll just go into the transformation of it right now. First thing you want to do is fold up these sections here. You then want to fold down the hood chest to create the Movieverse style / Prime style bend. The entire lower section of the robot actually rotates around. Then you rotate the feet around. And you fold out these side parts. The arms transform similarly to the way that they did for the vehicle to robot. You open up this, you rotate the arm up, you rotate the arm all the way down on the other axis, and then you kind of just leave that panel out to approximate his Movieverse elbow pads. You do the same on this side. You open up, rotate that, and rotate that down. From here, you rotate the arms around so that the bottom parts are facing forward. You then come around to the back, you fold out this back section, you rotate these parts out, and you rotate them up to approximate the wings. You can also fold it in a bit, although it's kind of pointless. And here you have Movieverse Bumblebee, the robot mode, the secondary robot mode. Considering how these figures would all essentially be punch and counterpunch, just used in different forms, it's an interesting concept, and I find that pulling off two distinct robot modes isn't exactly too difficult, but it looks good in the long term. I really would have liked this to have become a proper concept, which is why, of course, I developed these LEGO figures. Of course, I'm not going to mention the Rainbow Syndrome because this doesn't use the actual parts. For the actual parts, please refer to the LEGO Digital Designer file that is included on the MOCpages showcase. Also, check that out anyway, and like, comment, and add me as a favourite builder on that website because that's where I do most of my things. This is merely a supplementary video. Also, I just want to thank Caution Low Sign for giving me the inspiration for this, and I hope to make a few more figures. For example, there was a Digibash of Starscream that I intend to do, and then there are a few of my own designs as well. For example, a combining Devastator that becomes both Gorilla Devastator from Revenge of the Fallen and IDW/G1 Devastator. Of course, sadly, these won't have robot modes for each of the small parts, but it should work out in the end. Also, there's an idea that I probably won't get around to doing very soon, but perhaps a Hound that becomes the G1 box chest version and the fat version from Age of Extinction. Of course, why that was not Bulkhead in Age of Extinction, I don't get. Why isn't it like that? Why isn't it like that? Tell me! Hound is not Bulkhead! Hound is not Bulkhead! Hound is not Bulkhead! Oh, and one more thing before I forget. Here's a size comparison with my Shockwave figure, made out of the 3 Mixel sets. I'll give you a link to that as well. I hope you enjoyed this video.